broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Marion County High School football. Let's go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hawthorne High School. I'm Galen Yunold, and I'm joined for the first time ever. This is Tom Schmidt's radio debut.
It's
Welcome,
not my
Tom.
radio debut, pal.
I haven't.
With Tom James long before I even knew you. Calm down.
Fair enough. I was probably heckling you back then.
You were.
Tom Schmidt's, everybody. Good morning. It's good to talk to you in person.
Limped all the way up the stairs.
You made it, and
I wouldn't miss this game, pal.
You've already hit the over, and
I wouldn't miss this game for nothing.
No, this is going to be fun.
Westport High School coming in a little hard luck season so far, but they're coming in hungry, playing a team that came up just short against Baker County.
Ooh,
Just short against Baker County, McClenny in 2020, the Hawthorne Hornets. And look here, Westport's 8A school playing a 1A school, but they're a lot closer than the school designations say.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, again, Westport, we've talked about all year, lost 11 guys to transfer. And Cornelius Ingram is just building an absolute juggernaut. When you're in the same vocabulary as people like Union County, Cardinal down in the Tampa area, you are a talented football team. And Hawthorne, if you've ever been to this field and it hasn't changed ever, Tom,
no,
since they built it,
they haven't
put another dollar into it.
I lived here for 17 years. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, and again, you come here and you look at the facilities and you're like, wow, how is this team so good? But what you see on the field, they're extremely well coached, they're very disciplined, and they have athletes.
They do. And here's the thing. What people don't realize, that may not realize in Ocala, 7 years ago, they had 19 kids come out for varsity football here at Hawthorne. There was talk about moving this to a 7-on-7 school.
Yeah, there was real conversation, and then they finally talked to CI, who's an absolute...
Hawthorne's own, by the way.
Well, he's an absolute legend in this small little community of 35 people. Every single one of them plays
first
football.
off, in the city proper, there's almost 1,000 people.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, I believe that.
But remember, we're a town. I say we're a town because I lived in Hawthorne for a very long time. Hawthorne is a town
that's a pretty
that bridges two counties.
Correct.
You have the Alachua County side of Hawthorne, and then you got the Putnam County side of Hawthorne.
Correct. I mean,
it bridges two counties.
And there's quite a rivalry there.
Oh, it ain't even close, brother. The Putnam County side and the Alachua County side, they get after each other even more than you would think they should.
One likes taxes and one hates them.
Yes.
One side, and no
Putnam
kidding.
County doesn't mind about taxes.
No.
Alachua County hates them.
Well, no, Alachua County has the highest taxes in the state.
Which is why the people here hate them.
That's true. That's correct. And it's crazy because you can drive in the gas station on one side of the road is 6 cents more because of the county taxes.
Yeah, because the county taxes. And as I was walking in tonight, luckily I have my mask in my pocket. Lady at the gate says, "Do you have a mask, sir?" I go, "In my pocket." She goes, "Good enough for me."
Yeah. Welcome to Hawthorne, where there is a mask mandate in Alachua County.
But
for a school.
Yeah.
Unbelievable outside. But anyway, getting back to this product on the field, again, Hawthorne's got a lot of talent. I'll be interested to see how many of their three quarterbacks get time. Between Mackey is their starter. He's a senior. Where's number 2? C.J. Ingram, obviously C.I.'s son, he's just a freshman, but he's incredibly talented. I expect him to get some reps in this game. And then, of course, the transfer, Tyler Jefferson. And offensively, this Hawthorne team just scores. They're very, very explosive, and it's going against a very, very good Westport defense.
And something's got to give tonight. Offense versus defense, because this is an offense that can score in seconds, not minutes, but in seconds from anywhere on the field. Whether they got 85 yards to go or 3 yards to go, they can score from anywhere. But this Westport defense, stingy on the year. Westport's problem hadn't been on the defensive side of the football. It's been on the offensive side of the football.
No, you're absolutely right. And offensively, if there is a get-right game for Gavin Savino and my man Buster, tonight's it. Because and getting back to that defense, this defense, size-wise, matches up really well. I expect Tay Floyd and Leonard Hill, they're great defensive ends from Westport, to be all over the backs in this football game. And that's where Westport's going to win the game. If they could just stop all the really terrible penalties and the untimely turnovers and all of their mental mistakes, they got a real chance in this football game because of their size.
But you know as well as I do, it's going to come down to just what you said, mental mistakes and how disciplined you are. And if you want to talk about discipline, the Hawthorne Hornets, without a doubt, are the better disciplined football team.
There is not, because Cornelius has had a long time to build a program. And again, we talk about it all the time on the radio in the morning. Your show starts at 8 a.m. every Monday through Friday. And, we talk about these local kids playing football together. And the Hawthorne youth football program, they'll go anywhere.
Oh, they don't care.
They play up in Jacksonville all the time, and they always have 2 or 3 guys who are just absolute dogs.
You know what program they play in? Pop Warner.
Oh, here we go.
Instead of MCYFL, they play in Pop Warner.
It's fair.
They go play kids other than the kids they know.
We'll see what happens tonight, because I coached probably half the kids on the Westport team.
That's a deterrent right there. That's a deterrent.
MCYFL. The coaching staff I know really well, obviously, with Westport. Steve Rim, 2 NFL coaches.
I know.
Or players, are coaching these teams and leading the way.
Well, there's an NFL coach on the Hawthorne side, too.
Oh, absolutely.
If his knee, the only reason CI is still not playing football is his knees let him down.
And he looks like in great shape. Steve Rim obviously broke his neck in the NFL playing for the Philadelphia Eagles.
They both played with the Eagles.
That's correct. And Steve was on his second deal, as he loves to tell you. He was signed, came out of college as a free agent. He signed 2 contracts as a free agent. That's pretty good money. He'll buy you lunch if you buy it first. I'll tell you that.
Have you ever bought lunch for anybody?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the corporate credit card buys lunch.
That's a different level. I signed my name. So tonight, again, I think tonight's going to be a lot of fun. It's 2 teams that are going in opposite directions with their record as well, Tom. Westport comes in at 0-4. 3 of those losses, they didn't score a touchdown or a point. Last week, they played better against Forest. They were in that game until the end. That North Marion game, it was a 3-point game with 6 minutes left, and then they just got blown out. I don't know which Westport team's going to show up.
Well, I tell you what, if the Westport team that's played the first 4 games shows up, it's going to be a long evening for the Westport Wolfpack.
Yeah, and I think we'll have a pretty good indication of that really early. I think if Westport comes out, turns the ball over, has a dumb holding penalty that's 20 yards off the ball that the official calls, it's going to be a long night.
And that's not what Westport needs. Westport needs to have a night where they can get in a groove, they can get into a rhythm, and they can really compete. And they did for 3 quarters against Forest last week. Hopefully they can still build on that.
Yeah.
Look at the film and see what they did right in that game and build on those things.
Yeah, and they played well. They should have won the football game. They just made so many mistakes. I was looking for the roster.
Oh, it's right here?
No, the Hawthorne.
Oh, no, I got the Westport roster
All
here,
right.
pal.
Oh, here it is. I printed it out and gave it to you. All right, so, again, we're going to see what happens. But what we're going to do right now, if my man Nick can hear me, is we're going to step aside. And when we come back, we're going to break this down a little bit more. It's Tom Schmitz and Galen, broadcasting a football game. This was just fate, Tom.
Fate.
Had to do it. Hawthorne, Westport. It's going to be fun. We'll be right back. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
WOCA.
Ocala. Welcome back to Hawthorne, Florida. It's Westport. The Wolfpack are taking on the Hornets of Hawthorne. Hawthorne, of course, nestled right in between two counties, as Tom mentioned earlier. It's really part of Gainesville, but no one really wants to be a part of Gainesville.
No, it is not part of Gainesville. It's not even close to Gainesville. It's 20 miles from Gainesville, and it needs to be farther. Stop it.
And an even worse university. But that's where we're at.
Look, there's a movement in Hawthorne to move the entire city into Putnam County.
There is. They've been trying to do that and redraw the lines for a while.
Yeah, they want to move the whole city into Putnam County.
That's correct. Now, I don't blame them.
Let me tell you something, though. There's a little place here. If you've never been here for any extended period of time, there's a little place here, and it's far enough away from Ocala. I can do this without worrying about it. It's called PJ's Cafe.
Oh, I know a PJ.
Oh, you ain't.
Is that
lived,
where you got your pizza?
You ain't lived. No, it was somewhere else. But you ain't lived till you ate breakfast at PJ's Cafe.
Yeah, I've been to PJ's.
And then Diane's Real Time Barbecue here. You know why it's called Diane's Real Time Barbecue?
Because it's real time barbecue?
No, because it can't be called Sonny's anymore.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Because she won't stop cooking breakfast.
Correct.
So Sonny's took the thing from her.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter. She still cooks food as good, if not better than Sonny's. You know why? Diane is Diane Tillman, Sonny Tillman's daughter.
There you go. Well, again, this is going to be all night. We don't know where we're going. Do you want to talk about the Ryder Cup?
Well, I will tell you this.
How wrong were we?
I will tell you this.
How wrong were we about the Ryder
I
Cup?
will tell you this.
Yeah.
Don't ever say Hawthorne's should be part of Gainesville again.
Fair
say
enough.
that again, you're out. And I got the referee up here, the clock operator. She's okay with me throwing you off this press box.
Okay. That makes it
if you
legal.
refer to Hawthorne as Gainesville ever again.
So you're now siding with an official.
Well, yeah, in Hawthorne, I side with everybody in Hawthorne. I lived here for 17 years. Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Oh.
And by the way, at the Christmas festival every year, I'm the voice of the Christmas festival. I'm on that rickety 18-wheeler flatbed stage that feels like it's about to collapse at all times. It's a great time.
It's never good when the clock operator had to go onto the field to talk to the head coach.
Well, the clock is not operating.
Correct. But,
hey, so the Ryder Cup. Let's talk about the Ryder Cup for a minute.
Yeah, we got time because the clock is
wrong.
Wow, I don't know what happened on the late, but they were up 3-1 after the first 4 ball.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
What is it now?
I hadn't looked at it now. I'll look at it real quick.
Because it was 3-1 after the first session, and it was a a dominant performance. I was really shocked at how well Jordan Spieth played, and it seemed like when he had a bad ball, Justin Thomas picked him up, and that really set the tone because they won that 3-2, and it's in a shockwave through, I think, to both teams. But I don't know how they finished tonight.
I'm about to look at it right now.
But both teams are still hanging out. It's going to be it's a gorgeous night, by the way, for football. Weather is going to be perfect.
Here's what got me.
I'd need a jacket.
Here's what got me is the first match I thought had set the tone for the Ryder Cup because Rahm and Garcia went 3-1.
They did.
Closed Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth out.
Yeah.
3-1. I go, well, here they go.
Correct.
But then they lost 3 in a row after that. 3-2 win over Victor Hovland. And then the afternoon 4-ball, the results are like Johnson and Schauffele, 2-1 over Casey and Weisberger. DeChambeau and Scheffler, this is the afternoon games. DeChambeau and Scheffler tied with Rahm and Hatton. So that's a half point.
Good.
Finau and English, 4-3 over McIlroy and Lowry.
Wow.
And then Thomas and Cantlay tied with Fleetwood and Havlin with 2 to play.
So it's 5-3?
It's 1, 2,
6,
3, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 5.5 to 1.5, 6-2.
6-2. Wow.
Wow. That might be insurmountable.
Wow. That very well may be. So tonight it's not insurmountable. The clock is now running. We got about 8 minutes left, and in pregame, Tom, is there anything that you're looking forward to watch tonight from these two teams?
I really want to see how the Westport defense handles this juggernaut of an offense in this Hawthorne that can score, and it has shown they can score at any time. Anytime the ball snapped, Hawthorne can put it in the end zone.
Yeah, they got 2 running backs at Hawthorne, and you're going to hear them a lot. One is Brian James, and then the other one is Armitage. James scored 3 touchdowns last week. And then they run that spread-style offense, so it's a lot of, RPO or whatever you want to call it, where the quarterback reads it. And he's not afraid to throw it. There's some real size on the one wide receiver is just a big dude, and that's Chris Jonas, number 8. He's 6'4", 175, and can run. And if there is one matchup problem for Westport, it's Jonas on the wide receiver position. Wearing number 8 tonight.
Yep. See big 75 there for Hawthorne?
Sure.
I remember when big 75, when he was 9 years old, would come up and ask me, Mr. Tom, can you get me a cheeseburger?
And what did you say?
Every time.
Apparently, he's taken after you.
He's had a few of them. He's had a few of them.
Since then, he hasn't stopped. He hasn't stopped. But again, size, again, and I said this earlier, if Westport had this team last year, I think they could handle Hawthorne. Westport's team last year could handle Hawthorne. This year's a whole new ball game because they lost so many of their starters.
And we've talked about that numerous times about how just they've been decimated by the transfer rule.
Yeah.
Decimated.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's so many that are teams that are now created because of the transfer rule. Hawthorne doesn't worry about the transfer rule.
No, they don't have to.
Because if you left.
Closest school to Hawthorne is Eastside.
Right.
And it's 18 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, which is in Gainesville, right?
By the way, if you left here, if you transferred from here to someplace else,
you would have to move.
Ostracized.
Correct.
Ostracized.
And by the way, in Hawthorne, everybody knows everybody like 4 generations back.
Oh, it took me 20 minutes to get in here and get up here to you because of the people that stopped me to say hello and everything.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it is there's a lot of fan bases that I love, but when it comes to supporting their school, Hawthorne travels better than anybody else.
And not only do they travel well, but here's what's unique about Hawthorne that is also something Denellen does. Hawthorne starts with their Mighty Mites, their smallest football team with the base offense and defense in high school. So by the time they get to 9th grade, that's second nature to them. I talked to CI on the field before I come up here. I said, you're doing it the right way. You're doing it the way Georgia does it. He goes, I know. We're teaching the kids at 6 and 7 years old the base offense. That way by the time they get to 9th grade, we don't have to teach them that. We teach them technique and speed by the time they get here, and that's much easier to teach than having to teach the entire game.
Yeah, and again, and I think you're right. CI is building it right. And this town has embraced it, right? Hawthorne has always loved their high school.
Oh,
always.
Everybody in Hawthorne tonight is going to be at this football game.
Yeah.
Anybody who's anybody in Hawthorne, and if they're not, somebody's knocking on their door tomorrow morning going, what's wrong? Your mama
Right.
sick?
Yeah.
So they have a death in the family?
Correct. Everybody all right? Yeah, and again, it's going to be that's one of the reasons why I was really excited about coming here, because it had been a long time. I'll tell you, last time I was working here, did a game here, I was working for, I did a game with WRUF.
Wow.
Long time.
You know where that is? That's in Gainesville.
Correct.
Not in Hawthorne.
No, it was, I think it was one of the rare times that Buchholz came over. And Gainesville schools don't play Hawthorne.
No.
But it was one of the rare times that Buchholz played Hawthorne.
No, Hawthorne plays Keystone.
Correct.
Interlocking.
Right.
Teams like that. Very seldom do they go into Gainesville and play Gainesville school.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but tonight, in order for this game to be close, Westport's going to have to play really, really well and dominate the line of scrimmage. And that starts with that offensive line. And their offensive line has been good at times. And again, they make critical mistakes at times. Last week, they couldn't snap the ball. It was good to see that William Cotney was out there getting some long snaps in. So hopefully they could snap the ball. They did have an onside kick last week that went negative 6 yards, Tom, which isn't good.
I still don't understand how a ball went backwards.
It's not good. It's not good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I played in the Hugo Bowl in 1989 against Middle Tennessee State on ESPN at Georgia Southern, where Hurricane Hugo was just off the coast of Savannah. And we had one punt that went negative 11 yards, but that's because the hurricane force winds blew it backwards.
Yeah, this was
I'm
not
pretty
pretty.
sure there was no hurricane force winds at Forest High School last Friday night.
It was not pretty. It was not pretty. All right. So here we are. We're going to set the stage. I don't know. Nobody is really doing anything on the field. I guess they're just waiting for the clock to run out.
Well, no, the clock still got – you got to remember, Galen, we got 3 minutes to go on this clock, then another 5-minute runoff before game time.
Yeah.
So we're really about 8 minutes till kickoff.
Sure. Offensively, we've talked a little bit about this Hawthorne team, but I want to get into it a little bit deeper. Again, they run the spread. Anthony Morgan's back. He's one of those guys who just makes plays, and that's what you see in this Hawthorne offense. Everybody
There's
who
no
touches the
mistake
ball,
makers.
Right. Everybody who touches the ball can just make a play. They can go get it. And again, I'm really, really excited about to see these three quarterbacks for Hawthorne, to see how they're used and see how they can move the football.
The thing about Hawthorne is, and this is what's going to be the key all night, they're not going to do stupid things that beat themselves. Westport's going to have to win this football game on the field by playing mistake-free, disciplined football. Can Westport play that way? So far, they haven't shown. They've shown the ability. They've shown it at times, but they haven't shown that they can do it for a full 48 minutes. Can they do that tonight?
Yeah, and let's see how they start off. We need a really good, solid start from the Wolfpack tonight. And so what we're going to do is we're going to step aside for while they do the Star Spangled Banner. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
truck.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
WOCA.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do it. Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
WOCA.
Yeah, you just
Here we
turned
are.
us
We
down.
are live at Hawthorne High School. I'm Galen Udall, joined with Tom Schmitz. As usual, it's top quality audio production going on, Tom. And
You know what I love?
what's that?
Is that there's a cool breeze blowing through the air. It's it's going to be in the mid 60s tonight. It's kind of for Florida, it's football weather.
I have my hoodie, and I'm like, nah, I won't need it tonight. If it gets into the 60s, I'm going to have to cuddle with you.
Yeah, that's going to work about as much as
you're-
you saying that Hawthorne's part of Gainesville.
All right. So are you going to go ahead and say that's the dumbest thing you've ever said?
It's not the dumbest, but it's close.
All right. So we
And
are.
I brought the cane tonight.
I
just
know.
in
I
case.
saw that. I don't know if
I could
that's
cane you like Sumner did on the floor of the house. You know what I mean?
that's pretty good. But both teams are still in their end zone. We're still a minute and a half away from kickoff. But talk about this coaching staff that Hawthorne and CI has put together. A bunch of quality men.
And it's a mixture of guys who have been lifelong friends of CI, and guys who CI met through football and playing football. It's a very eclectic group, but they're all very good at what they do, and they all know their assignments and know the kids they're supposed to coach up.
Yeah, and again, that is so important. You know that having coached. Every coach not only has to get together, but they have to know their role. And the PA system is terrible, but it's loud.
I heard nothing.
The PA system is very loud. It's terrible sound quality, but it is effectively loud.
What?
So Hawthorne
What?
has run onto the field, as you can tell, and it looks like Westport is going to kick off. Hawthorne tonight wearing the all-black uniforms with a beautiful, very easy to discern numbers. They're orange, wrapped in white. Westport's going to wear their all-white with their teal numbers, and also going with their white helmets tonight. So it's the blacks against the whites, Tom. You just left that hanging? That was funny. Anyway, black team against wearing the black jerseys against the white jerseys. All right, here we go. My name is Tom Schmitz, Tom at WOCA.com.
No, it's not.
Come on.
And nobody,
People
do
are
not
way
send
too
emails to Tom at WOCA.
Way too
Send them
fragile.
to Joe at WOCA.
You got two minorities on this broadcast.
Well,
Me and
I
Nick.
did grow up in the east side of Jacksonville. I'll give you
They
that.
got
I'll give
the
you
drone
that.
in the air. We're big time tonight. All right, but here we go. So it will be Kieran Ball will be kicking off. Last time he kicked the ball, it went -6 yards.
Well, Westport did win the toss, and they deferred.
That's correct. I think that's a smart decision. Let's see how the Westport defense responds.
We'll know right away in this first series how this game's going to take place, because it's Westport's defense against Hawthorne's offense, which is what we said are the two best sides of the football for each team.
Correct. And then it'll be just a matter of if Westport can score at all. So there's a kick, and that ball's going to be caught. And I think he ran out of bounds. I think he caught it out of bounds.
I'm not sure he caught it inbounds. And if he did catch it and he was out of bounds, there should have been a penalty.
You know what I just realized? There's no yard markers whatsoever on the field. Oh, there they are.
Yeah,
They're
they
on the
are.
far side.
There's plenty of yard
so
markers.
it's about the 25-yard line. 26-yard line is where they're going to mark it. This is going to be brutal for me all year. Field's not in great shape, but it never is at Hawthorne. But it will be 1st and 10 for the Hornets. And Mackey is going to come in and play quarterback. Oh, actually, that's a change. They're going to go with the junior transfer. Tyler Jefferson's going to start at quarterback for the Hornets tonight. They're going to go 2 wide each way. No running back, empty back set for Jefferson. Jefferson drops back, fires to the right side. It's caught, and he breaks a tackle, and that's the guy we talked about at the top. Chris Jonas is going to run untouched, one man to beat Strickland. The only Wolfpack wants none of it. It's 6 points for the Hornets. 17 seconds into this football game, and just like that, the Hornets take over 6-0 with an opening score, Tom. That was explosive, and just as we talked about it, Chris Jonas made a great play on the ball, broke no tackles. There was just nobody there, and it was an easy 6 points.
And, you know, what I saw in that play was the little bubble screen. Everybody plays that. Little back screen like that. But the blocking down the field, there was a Westport player that had the angle on the receiver, but the Hawthorne player was able to get in his way with his helmet on the right side of him, so there wasn't going to be a blocking in the back penalty, and allowed him to get into the end zone.
Yeah, it was just a well-designed athletic play by Chris Jonas, and just like that, our questions are answered. So now the Hornets are going to go for 2.
And here's a flag.
Well, it's 2 plays, 1 flag. So far, the ratio is better than
50%.
last week. It's better than last week. And so, again, they'll move it back 5 yards, make this a little tougher. And now they're going to kick it, it looks like. Or they're going to change their bring in a different team, do a little
They
substitution.
don't look like they're kicking.
So it's
No, no.
11:43 left to go in the first quarter. 1 touch of the football, and the Hornets are up 6-0 on a beautiful 74-yard catch.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Galen, and say that every time Hawthorne scores tonight, they're going for 2.
Yeah, that's. I think you're going to see the same thing on the other side of the ball too. Ooh, rough start for Westport. Rough start for Westport.
You never like to see a 75-yard touchdown, 74-yard touchdown on the first play.
Yeah.
And we have another flag.
Well, now we're more like we were last week.
And that's a delay of game on
We're
Hawthorne.
100% penalties right now.
And here's the thing. we've talked about how Hawthorne doesn't make silly mistakes, and they're very disciplined. We have a false start and a delay of game.
So this will be a 2-point conversion, and that'll end up at about the
13-yard line.
yard line. Again, 11:43. They're going to go 4 wideouts, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. 1 running back in the backfield. Tyler's going to drop back. He looks to the right, fires into the end zone over the head of his intended receiver, which is Anthony Morgan. So the guy in the press box is saying everything I'm going to say. It's kind of weird.
Well, we'll just let him do it.
Yeah. Because now, Nick, I can hear absolutely nothing. So I can hear. But here we are, 11:43 in the first quarter, 6-0 Hornets. And Tyler Jefferson getting it done, but that was really all about – there we go, Nick. Nick, that sounds good.
Yeah, I got nothing again.
Chris Jonas made that play happen basically he caught it and then ran it for 78 yards. So, all right. So let's see if Westport can respond. We know their offensive struggles they've had all season, only scoring twice in their 0-4 start. So for 2 touchdowns, let's see how it works. Sounds good right now, Tom, so hopefully it stays that way. Please, that's a good start. All right, and there's the kick. Well, you forgot the cord. Don't blame me. Oh, and it bounces back all the way to the 10. It's picked up by Strickland. Strickland's trying to make people miss. He runs up the middle, and he'll not get back to the 20-yard line, so it'll be poor field position for Westport.
Is this the time I can say that swarming Hornet kickoff team?
If you feel the need to. I mean, let's see how that works. I figured you'd say the swarming for the defense.
Well, the kickoff team's pretty good, too. Remember, in college, I was the wedge buster. I was the kickoff.
Oh, that explains your lack of a neck, that it's larger than most thighs.
Look, I had no concussions I'm aware of.
That you're aware of. All right, so here we go. So Gavin Savino is going to come up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to set in the shotgun, 2 running backs each side of him. 2 wide receivers at the bottom. Gavin's going to fire out to the left. He's got a nice guy, and it's fumbled out of bounds. My goodness gracious. That got really ugly. Strickland didn't really want anything to do with that tackle going down the field, and that time he just dropped the ball out of bounds, but it remains Wolfpack ball. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that if you're going to fumble it, at least get it out of bounds.
Ooh, again, auspicious start so far for the Wolfpack.
Well, they got 1 play from scrimmage, Joe, without a flag. That's a good thing.
Hey, they're at 75% now. Same setup for Savino. He drops back. This time looks to the right, fires, looking for Strickland on the other side.
That's got to be a flag.
And that's an easy
call. Be a flag.
And we are back to 100%. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Got to be a flag.
And Strickland was trying to make a play for the ball, and Hawthorne's defender, his name is Cohen's. Cohen's never looked for that football and just delayed the receiver's route.
Oh, he called offensive pass interference.
I don't know how you call that. Cohen's was never looking for the football. The guy who called it's on the near side, and so
wait. He called that offensive pass interference.
Sure did. And he called it, and he's like, all right, maybe I can get an autograph after the game because that was an absolute gift. So instead of 1st down, it's now, again, another mistake. It's 2nd down and 15 for Westport as they work from our left to our right. Savino's going to be underneath the center in an I formation, 2 wide receivers to the top. They're going to give it to the deep man, and he is brought down for no gain. If he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, that was Coates on the carry.
I just don't see how you can beat the 11 players on the Hawthorne team and then pass interference calls like that.
I have no idea. I don't think anybody in the building except for that official.
No, I saw one Hawthorne coach saying that the Westport player extended his arm and
that's a brutal
pass
call.
Interference.
It's a brutal call.
I was pretty sure that was a felony mugging that went on there.
Offset eye. They're going to fake it to the eye. And Savino's going to roll out looking for a guy for that 2nd level, and it was hit him right in the chest. And it was dropped by Buster Barnes. You got to catch that ball, Buster. Oh, that wasn't Buster. That was actually Chris Jones. I don't know who that was. Was that a 0 or an 8? I know who it is. It's a 0.
Devin Smith is 8.
Devin's got to make that catch. It was a good throw, and that would have been enough for the 1st down. But again, we're right back to the mistakes early on for the Westport offense.
I'm not real sure what backed them up, though, was a Westport mistake. I think it was a Stripes
That
mistake.
is an absolute brutal call. So the punters coming into the field and kicking of all types have been really, really tough this year for Westport. Jonas is back deep. He's standing at his 50-yard line for Westport, or for the Hornets. There's the punt. The punt's an end-over-end bouncing little thing. It's going to bounce and bounce backwards. And it's going to be down at the 30-yard line, right around the 30, and they'll mark it at the 31.
He kicked from the snap from the 9, so what was that, 22-yard punt?
It's not good.
That's 16 yards better than the last time he punted.
Oh, no, that was a kickoff.
Oh, the kickoff went negative. That's right.
That was a kickoff. Well, let's see if Westport defense can hold them, or it could get ugly early. And again, remember in high school football, if it gets to a 35-0, it's just a running clock. And
then we have a lot of time to talk about the Ryder Cup.
Yeah. And the Florida game this weekend, and the Tampa Bay game this weekend. So Jefferson's going to come back with his squad of Hornets once again.
Did you think that we'd be able to say a minute and a half into the game that Hawthorne's starting the second drive of the game?
Yeah. He's going to fire out to the left. That was a poorly thrown ball. Looked like he had a guy open. That was Brian James was the intended receiver. Just couldn't connect.
Here's
and
the
that'll
problem.
set up 2nd and 10.
Running right down the middle of the field. Hawthorne had a receiver running right down the middle of the field. Had 4 steps on the defender.
Not good.
He was wide open down the center of the field. If he throws the ball right at the goalpost, the receiver catches it, steps in the end zone, scores a touchdown.
So it'll be 2nd 10 for Hawthorne. 10:23 left to go in the first quarter. They're driving. They're inside Westport territory. They are leading 6-0. They're going to run with three wideouts. Tay Floyd comes in, pressures him, and now Jefferson's going to tuck and run. He's got 5, he's got 6, he's got 7. Spin moves and picks up 8. It'll set up 3rd and 2. Tay Floyd on the left side of that defensive line, he got face masked and held at the same play right in front of the Whitecap.
They didn't quite give him the 8-yard gain. I think they gave him 7. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
There you go. But Tay Floyd just destroyed the right tackle for Hawthorne. And again, pregame, I looked at that watching film. I thought that was a part of the field that Westport could actually do some damage on. Kid's huge, but he's slow. He's very slow of foot, and Trey Floyd is not. And they're going to do a quarterback keep. Jefferson's running. He's got a 1st down easily. Wasn't touched for 5 yards. And they just ran it right down their throats, right over the nose tackle and the linebacker.
Down to the 14-yard line.
Will Conti got pushed back pretty hard on that one. It'll be 1st and 10. We're going to mark that at the 15. 6-0. The Hornets are looking to pad their lead. Jefferson is the quarterback. 2 wideouts to each side. He's going to drop back, looks left. Now he's going to fire that way. Wide open is Morgan, and it is 12-0. Easy. And Strickland has had a brutal start to this game. He just let his guy go, and he let him go into the end zone untouched. Broken down in coverage there. Oh, that was too easy.
That was really, really easy. And all he did is he went right up the hash mark.
Ran a skinny post.
Ran a skinny post. The ball was right there where it needed to be. He was able to extend his hands, bring it in as he rolled into the end zone for the touchdown.
Way too simple.
And now we got a illegal substitution.
Had to get that ratio back up. It's just a silly penalty, but it is a penalty. It's not as bad as that PI. But again, those are the kinds of ones that even out the stat book at the end of the night.
So now we got a 2-point conversion from the 8-yard line.
All right, so Jonas is going to come in at wide receiver. Jefferson is still the quarterback. All kinds of substitutions. They sub guys, that's for sure. It's like everybody's got their own package. So they're going to run. What are they doing? Now they're resetting. They're about to have another delay of game. They got 5 seconds. Jefferson's taking his time. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. He's going to roll out that way. He's going to fire in the end zone. Touchdown. 2-point conversion. It's 14-0. Just like that, with 9:08 left to go in the first quarter, Tom, 14-0.
Well, we said when we came on the air that this was going to be a game that Westport's defense needed to keep it in the game against Hawthorne's offense. We said Hawthorne could score from anywhere on the field. They've shown you they could score from the 74 yards away, from 30 yards away, from 8 yards away on a two-point conversion, and the Westport defense is on its heels.
Yeah, and they haven't stopped them yet. The only thing that has stopped the Hornets so far in their two possessions are the Hornets. Jefferson made a bad throw, and just like that, what a terrible start for the Westport team that needed a great start. And again, as we talked about last week, this schedule only gets harder from here.
Yeah, well,
they're playing the number 2 team in 1A
right
tonight. Then they start hitting the road and playing all those teams from Orlando that are much bigger.
That are in their division.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. And Sam Carroll for the Hornets is going to kick it deep.
This is one of the problems with Hawthorne, though. The kicking game, not very accomplished.
And it's going to be caught at the 28. He's going to run up the middle. He's hit. And that's Coates, and it'll be brought down. Best field position of the night for Westport. Ball's going to set right near the 30-yard line. And it'll be
actually
first
going
and
to mark
10.
it about the 26.
All right, there you go. Savino will come out again at quarterback, I'm guessing. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of rumors about changing quarterback. The issue with this offense and with this team, it's not just one guy. It's everybody just breaking down, not making a play, not making a catch when you need to. It's just always something. All right, so Savino will be in shotgun. 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Coates is the running back. Savino looks to his left. He fires to the one-on-one coverage, and it is caught. Nice catch there. It'll be first and 10.
49-yard
Strickland
line.
made a nice catch to get into the Hornet side of the 50. And now they're going to call a penalty. Oh, wow.
Wow.
What a late call.
One referee ran in and said it was a catch.
Wow. Hornets getting the job done with the officials tonight. That's 2 big, should be big plays for Westport that have been called back.
Well, how do you call that a completion, mark the ball, and then decide it's incomplete?
Wow, and Steve Rim is just talking to him right now. Again, you know, when you're a team that's down like this, both mentally from the season and so far in the game, can't keep having all these calls against you. Same lineup. That was a good throw by Savino. Savino looks that way, fires into the slats, and is brought. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10. It was intended for Leonard Hill in the flats a little bit. He had him open. It was just knocked down. Good play by the defensive line of the Hornets. That's Westport's. You need the Hawthorne? There you go. All right, so here we are, 3rd and 10, 8:50 left to go in the first quarter, and the last thing that Westport needs is another 3 and out. Savino in shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the top, lone guy to the bottom. Now they're going to send a man in motion. Savino drops back. They're going to throw a screen, and it is almost picked. Coates was the intended running back, but it was brought down right there at the line. It'll be another 3 and out for this Westport offense.
And that's twice in a row that Big 52 Stanley Cooks got his hand on the football. Back to back, he batted down the football.
It's not a good start. And it looks like Savino's going to stay out there. Are they going to run a little trickery here?
And by the way, they're doing this running a 4-2 defense. They're running a nickel defense.
Sure. And it's because the run game for Westport hasn't really worked. So Savino is going to be the punter as well. Let's see if they try something. It's 4th and 10. Savino gets it off. It's a little helicopter-y thing. The bounce at the 45. He's going to be picked up at the 40. He runs up the middle. Now he heads to the left side. He's got the angle. He's got the edge. He's got one man to beat, and that's going to come back. It'll be a block in the back. It'll be 1st and 10 Hornets. It's going to come back. They're going to put that flag at the 41-yard line. It'll come back to about the 50, where it'll be Hawthorne 1st and 10.
If they call this an illegal block in the back.
That's what it was.
If they call that.
The guy pushed Savino, and he was at the point of attack. He had no chance of making the tackle.
I understand that, but there's no way that referee in front of that play sees that.
No, the guy who threw it was behind the play, and he threw it. He had it made. Let's be clear. The officiating so far this season, no matter what field I've been on, has been atrocious. So far, I'm 4 for 4 with officials. That's what they're going to call. They're going to mark that back.
And then they're going to take it back.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be 1st and 10 Hornet ball right about the 50-yard line. And again, they're up. They're going to mark it right on the 40, or on the 50, I'm sorry. It'll be 1st and 10 Hornets for the illegal block in the back. And so far, we've had more penalties than plays from scrimmage.
I just, that was set up well. The wall was set up well. Just one unfortunate block in the back. That was really a well put together punt return.
The only person who had a chance to make that tackle was Chris Bagley. And he just kind of dove at him and had no much of a chance. So Jeffers going to be the quarterback. They're going to go with a bunched formation, just 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Everybody's pretty close inside the tackle box. 14-0 already for the Hornets. And there's going to be a false start. What a terrible,
It's not a false
penalty.
start. It's going to be offside. It's going to be offside on Westport, number 8, making contact in the
What was
neutral
that?
zone.
That was useless.
Watch. Yep.
Oh, man. And that's Devin Smith. I don't know why I even bother with that. That wasn't even close. It was 2 or 3 seconds before the snap.
Yeah,
I didn't know
but
you were
Devin
allowed to
Smith-
bring a microphone.
Devin Smith hit him.
I didn't know you were allowed to bring a microphone into
It's
the stands.
Hawthorne, baby. You can do what you want to do.
That's right. They're not allowed to have a cowbell, though. Tay Floyd tries to get there, and there's a throw out to the flats, and it'll be brought down after about a 1-yard gain. Nice play by my man Jordan, who told me he's going to transfer after football season to go play basketball for Vanguard.
Got
He
a
went to
1 yard-
Vanguard last year.
1 yard gain there.
All right.
2nd and 4 now.
Ball's going to sit right at the, what are we going to call that, the 44-yard line?
Yep, it's on the Westport 44.
Hornets are going to
2nd and
huddle.
4. 7:54 to go in the first quarter, and it's already 14-0 Hawthorne.
Long way to go.
Hawthorne's on their 3rd drive of the game.
2 wideouts each way. Jefferson's going to keep it to himself. And there's a hold on the left side, but that goes uncalled as Leonard Hill is actually mugged. The lineman, big fella, number 75, just bear hugged him. You can grab a jersey, just can't grab it outside his shoulder pads, and he grabbed his shoulder blades. That's a tough call, but only a 1-yard gain for Jefferson. It'll be 3rd and 4. Big play here for Westport. They need a stop, Tom.
This is a big play. This could get Westport back in the football game mentally, a stop here, to show them they can compete against Hawthorne.
Jefferson's going to roll out to his right. He's under pressure. He's hit as he throws. He fires into the end zone, and it is incomplete. He had his big target
Wide
out there.
open.
Just overthrown, but he was under all kinds of pressure. Intended for Chris Jonas, the 6'4", 175.
Hawthorne's going for this, by the way.
Yeah, why not? They don't have a punter.
They're in no man's land.
Yeah. Everything's working.
And Westport hadn't showed them that they can move the ball on them, so why not go for it on
Sure.
4th down?
And that time, if you notice, Tom, the middle linebacker came on a delayed blitz and got there and really did a good job of disrupting him. And again, I think you're seeing that was Trey Stokes who came clean from the linebacker position. 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. There's a false start on the quarterback. That was a quarterback and the right tackle.
The right tackle, Moselle Williams, he came out of his stance
Yeah,
early.
and now they're going to punt it because now it would have been a 4th and 9.5. But again, both teams making a lot of mistakes, and the officials so far are making sure their presence is well seen.
Well, you can throw a flag on every play if you want to.
Every single play. That's hard not to. I'll give them that one.
Well, no, something egregious as that. You got to throw a flag.
Pre-snap penalty, that one's not. That's doable. All right, so into punt is McKinley. And there's the punt. It's a backwards-looking punt as far as it has topspin. It takes a great bounce by the Hornets. It's going to bounce all the way to the 11-yard line. And Coach was back there. I'm surprised he didn't try to go get that ball, Tom. Can't let that ball bounce.
Well, it's one of those where if you go get it and you muff it, then you got an issue. And you let it bounce, it rolls an extra 18 yards and gets Hawthorne
Turned into a really good punt. That turned into a 39-yard punt.
Right. And it wasn't that good of a punt.
No, they're going to mark it down at the 14. Not on paper, it's a great punt. In real life, you're like, ooh, that's a shame.
And the ball's at the 12. Put it at the 12.
They're going to put it at the 12. We'll call it the 12. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for Savino as they work from our left to our right. Beautiful flag in the background here at Hawthorne. Three
Nice
wideouts to the
sunset.
bottom. Gavin's going to roll out. He's under pressure. Backside, and he's hit. And that ball comes out. It's going to be recovered for a touchdown. Hawthorne. Gavin's got to get rid of that ball. And the blowout is on. It's 20-0. Scare for the Hornets.
Long night in Hawthorne,
Running
Florida
clock
tonight.
here by the end of the first quarter. Woo.
That's a real possibility.
Yeah, I think I told you that earlier this week.
No, you said, your exact words, we'll probably have a running clock by midway through the second quarter.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
it may be before the first quarter's over.
And again, Gavin's got to throw that ball, but there was nobody to throw it to.
You still got to throw it. You get outside the tackles, you still got to throw that ball away and
right.
give yourself a chance for another play.
So Jefferson and his Hornets are going to go for two. He's going to run it over the left side. He stiff arms one, stiff arms two, but he's caught by the rest of the Wolfpack, led by Jordan, and it'll be a no good. So the score stays 20-0. Woo!
That's the amazing thing, Galen. We still got 38 seconds till we're halfway through
To
the first
break.
quarter.
To the water break. And what we have to stop.
And everybody says it's going to be a long night, but if that clock gets to running, it's actually a short night.
We'll be home by 9.
Well, I don't know if you'll be home by 9.
Yeah.
I'll probably go
drinking.
I'll probably go hang out with some of my buddies here in Hawthorne. You know, Cornelius Ingram, that group. I'll probably hang out with them.
That's better than hanging out on the other side right now. All right, so in to do the kicking once again is Sam Carroll, and the Westport offense is going to come right back out on the field. Tom, I mean, what do? They can't run the football. Throwing the football
you got
hasn't
to
been
get
very
back
good.
to the basics. This is, after all this game is really, when you come down to it, tackling, blocking, and tackling. Westport is not doing either.
No.
You got to get back to the basics: block and tackle.
There's a kick by Carroll. It's caught in the air at the 10-yard line. He's going to head over the right side, gets one block, tries to get another one, and that kid's fast. That's the freshman. The freshman's getting some playing time there for Westport. Yeah, that's Diedrich, and he's fast. That kid could flat out run. Thank you, sir. So here we are at the water break, Nick, and we're going to step aside. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
If you thought there was no tree store in Ocala, then think again. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has been Ocala's official tree store for well over 50 years. At any given time, Bob has more quality trees.
Let's bring it back. All right, here we go. Savino's going to hand it in the backfield. And boy, Coates was absolutely mugged back there.
And Stanley Cooks again. He's already batted 2 balls down. Now he just trucked the Westport running back.
Man, he took the right guard and decided that he didn't like him very much, threw him away, and then just absolutely crushed the running back for Westport. That'll be a loss of 1, but really it's a loss of personal pride.
Well, Cooks this is 3 times he's played behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's tearing up the center. And there, Savino's going to fire into the flats. He's got a man open. He got 5, breaks the tackle, shows some heart. That's that freshman. It'll be 3rd down and about 6. That's Diedrich Grady.
Showed great heart there, refusing to go down.
He's a freshman, and he is fast. He's one of this freshman class that Steve Rim is so excited about.
If he can keep him.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Nice pickup of 6 on the play. Nice time. And they didn't allow that defensive tackle to get in there and kill him.
Well, they triple teamed him that time with the right guard, center, and left guard.
And the right guard, of course, is William Cotney. The center, it's just they kind of did a switch there. They moved Cotney to guard. So now Savino is going to be in shotgun. They're going to have 3 wideouts to the bottom. In the middle of that is going to be Leonard Hill. Let's see if he gets the ball here. That's where Gavin looks. He's under all kinds of pressure. That's a big-time hold. Gavin's going to fire, and it's incomplete.
There's a whole lot that went on there.
And it should have been holding. They didn't call it. I'm not sure why. He grabbed this flag and put it back. It should have been picked off by the Hornets. It was intended for Buster, but instead it fell incomplete. And so, Nick, are you ready for the break? You are listening to High School Football right here on WOCA, The Source.
If you thought there was no tree store in Ocala, then think again. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has been Ocala's official tree store for well over 50 years. At any given time, Bob has more quality trees, dozens of varieties, including shade trees, palm trees, and citrus trees, than anyone in Marion County. You always get lowest prices and guarantee. Plus, every day you buy one tree, you get a second one for half price. That means you can buy a 4 to 6 foot tree for as little as $49.99 and get another one just like it for only $25. Hundreds of types and sizes are available. You can get delivered, planted, and guaranteed. So think about trees. Think about Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, Ocala's Tree Place since 1952.
WOCA.
Welcome back to Hawthorne High School. Galen Unel, Tom Schmitz, thank you for listening to WOCA The Source. Savino's going to go for it here for 4th and 5.
Why not?
And Gavin's going to do a quick pooch punt, which is smart, because that ball bounces and it's going to go all the way down to the 25-yard line. Buster picked that up.
He picked it up a little early at the 27. That rolls another 3-4 yards if he doesn't touch it.
But I think he was scared that Hawthorne was going to pick that up and try to return it. Because down there was Unalon, I think is how you say his name. Or Graham, I'm sorry. My printing's not very good. Graham was there to pick it up for Hawthorne. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hawthorne. Ball's going to sit at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. They lead 20-0 with 4:31 left to go in the first quarter.
And as we said, with 4:28 to go in the first quarter, it could be another 6 points. Because they can score at any time.
And you got to love it at Hawthorne. They don't have the monster TVs the way some of the other schools do on the sidelines with a review system. They just have old school coaching, spitting on each other, yelling at each other. There's a handoff to the running back. That's James on the carry. He picks up 4. Nice tackle from behind there by the middle linebacker, Trey Stokes.
Look, what people don't know about this area of Alachua County, there's talk all the time of trying to close the elementary school here and the high school here. They try to close it. The people of Hawthorne fight for Shell Elementary. They fight for Hawthorne High School. And Hawthorne's like the stepchild of Alachua County, the redheaded stepchild of Alachua County. It really should be in Putnam County.
There you go. 2nd and 5. 2 wideouts each way. Jefferson's the quarterback. Oh, they made a change of quarterback. Running back gets it, but he picks up maybe half a yard. It'll set up 3rd and long, and all of a sudden that Westport defense has gotten a little stronger up front. The quarterback in there now is going to be Chaz Mackey.
Well, we said the Westport defense was a good defense. They just got shell-shocked on the first play of the game.
And haven't been able to recover, and the offense has been 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
And that gets your tongue dragging if you're on defense.
Sure.
Or if you're having to play.
Yeah, let's see if Trey Floyd and Leonard Hill can put their imprint on this football game. 3 wideouts to the bottom, 1 to the top for McKay. He looks to the right, fires into the flats, and it's going to be caught. He breaks a tackle. He breaks 2, makes another stiff arm. That's Morgan. He's got his 2nd touchdown of the night. What a terrible display of tackling that was by Westport. Wow, they had him 3 different times there, Tom, and just could not bring him down. Anthony Morgan with his second touchdown of the night makes it 26-0 Hawthorne.
Poor execution on the tackling by the Westport defense. They had 3 legitimate shots at him, whiffed on every shot.
So Hawthorne will go for 2 here. 2:58 left to go.
Hawthorne's actually lining up to kick an extra point.
Oh, there we go. All right. Sam Carroll in there. And this is big for the 35-point spread. Let's see what happens.
I didn't expect this tonight.
Another delay of game.
Yep.
Illegal substitution, I guess they'll call
Oh,
it.
it is.
A lot of pre-snap penalties on this two-point
This is
conversion.
the kind of thing that drives a head coach crazy. And look, Cornelius Ingram standing there with his legs crossed, his hands in his pocket, in utter just aggravation about what's going on.
You know, the thing is we've both been there when that kid comes off and you look at him, you're like, you can't count to 11?
Yeah.
Your job is to count. All right, so here we go. Let's see if Sam Carroll can make this extra point from 5 yards further back. High snap, and the kick is blocked. And it is a nice job there by Westport to show a little light from block to block.
That block on the center.
Yeah.
The center snapped the ball to where the holder had to almost stand up to field the football. It's hard to almost stand up and then get back down and get the ball placed in time to beat a defense that's coming after you.
All right, so Westport's going to come right back onto the field with their offense, and
now they're going to after the kick. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
So,
Westport's best play so far has been their kicking team.
Personal, no, they had a personal foul that wasn't called. They had a catch that I thought was a catch. One official marked it down, and then he changed his mind.
The same official changed his mind.
Yeah, I think their largest play from scrimmage was a 6-yard gain.
The kicking team's been positive.
Yeah.
The last time the kicking team got about 13 yards on the kick. That's the best play that Westport's
had. The old Tom Brady quarterback punts it. Remember Tom Brady punted on 3rd down?
Yes. Now Hawthorne's out there having a discussion.
They're still talking about it. They still don't have enough people. So Sam Carroll is going to be the kicker. Back deep for Westport is going to be Corey Coates and Dedrick Grady. There's an offsides. Dedrick Grady would have caught that, but instead it's a false start. That's a silly penalty. Wow, a lot of pre-snap penalties here for Hawthorne. Ball's now going to be moved back for the 35 for the left-footed kicker.
Well, in a game like this, though, Cornelius Ingram, while he's probably not happy with these penalties, it'll give him something in a game like this to work on Monday.
Absolutely.
Because in a game like this, when you're boat racing the other team, you got to find things to coach on Monday to let the kids know it wasn't a perfect football game
Absolutely.
like they think it is.
Yeah. Good crowd here tonight in Alachua County, where it's still a mask mandate, despite the federal or the state court system saying that it was illegal to not mandate
Well,
it.
and is this the smallest parking lot in all of Florida high school football?
It's one of the worst. There's a kick that's going to be picked up and fumbled and goes out of bounds. Whew, goodness gracious.
That could have been really ugly.
Oh, that was Giovanni Wright there for Westport. He just didn't catch the ball.
He almost was wrong.
Whew. That's pretty good, Tom. That's the thing when you have a name like Unold and you get young, and or you get old and it's like, oh, you can't be old, or right and you end up being wrong. It's not good. It's not good. 2:52 left to go in the first quarter.
Hawthorne defense has been after this Westport offense. Number 52 for Hawthorne is Stanley Cooks. He's been a disruptor the entire football game to the Westport offense.
And Westport's got their best lineman right over his nose. Let's see if they can do something different this time. Ooh. Cotney's getting beat up. And then Savino fires under pressure, and it is incomplete. He had a guy there looking for Leonard Hill. It just fell to the ground, which is probably the best result, was an incomplete pass right there.
I just sometimes don't understand I don't see penalties that get called. And there I saw the offensive lineman with his helmet about to pop off because Cooks had so much of his face mask, hands to the face. Nothing.
And I think that's the problem. It's the inconsistencies of the officials. It was the holding that was pretty obvious the last time.
The Hawthorne player definitely got held. And
yeah.
It was never called.
Now they're going to mark this ball on the near hash. So Savino and his squad.
Second and 10.
Second and 10. Split running backs as Savino is in the shotgun. Savino's going to drop back. He looks to his right. He's going to fire into the flats for Buster. Buster makes a catch right at the stick. And now the ball comes out. This is the same official who couldn't make up his mind last time. Now he's going to say that's a catch. It'll be 2nd down and 7. That official's having a brutal night.
The catch over here down the field, I thought was a catch. That one looked like he didn't go to the ground and complete the catch, and it was incomplete, and he called that a catch.
So pretty inconsistent, which is what we've come to find out from officials. So it'll be 3rd and short here. That was a good play there
and by the way,
Westport.
Cooks was held.
Oh, yeah.
And that wasn't called.
3rd and 2. Savino in shotgun, 2 wideouts. 2 running backs. He's going to fire to the flats for Strickland. That ball's almost picked. Oh, boy. Strickland did not run a very good route. He hesitated.
Yeah.
And the cornerback just jumped that route big time. He did a better job of breaking on the ball than Strickland did.
I'm watching the back judge there, though. He went to his waistband
no call.
And then stopped.
Yeah, it's a good no call.
But he went to his waistband.
Shouldn't have even gone there. So Savino's going to go for it here, 4th and short.
Or he's going to do a pooch kick again like he did.
I don't think you have anything to lose at this point. You can't do anything offensively. Might as well try. So they're going to have Buster to the top. Savino's in shotgun. He's going to drop back, looks deep, and there's a break in the route. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was intended for Dedrick Grady.
But
Grady didn't run the right route.
Right, he was running a go route, and the ball was thrown to the backside shoulder out into the sideline.
Yeah, Grady just, between the two of them, they weren't on the same sheet of music. I think Savino liked that one-on-one coverage. Just didn't work. But again, that's what's happened all season for Westport. So Hawthorne will get the football 1st and 10 from the Westport 34.
All right, so
150 left to go.
Here we go.
In the first quarter.
150 to go in the first quarter.
26 to nothing.
Want to put a lunch on it that Hawthorne scores before the end of the quarter?
No. I think they're going to. It's just what's the over under? 3 plays?
Oh, easy.
I'll take the over.
No.
I'll take the over. 1st and 10, and there's a bad snap, and Tay Floyd comes in and blows that up. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Chaz McKay is the quarterback. He's not a big guy. They list him at 5'11", 160. There's no way in the world that kid's 5'11".
No.
If I'm 5'11", you're 6 foot. That would be a great dream.
I wouldn't be. The only place I was ever 6 foot tall was in the program.
It'll be 2nd down and 12, 2 wideouts each way for Mackey. I don't know if it's Mackey or McKay. Could be going either way. He's going to drop back. It is Mackey, and there's a catch. And it's brought down immediately. Nice play there by Anthony Morgan, who's got 2 touchdowns. It'll be 3rd and short, and we're right at the over-under mark now, Tom.
We are.
And I picked the over.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do from now on.
Oh,
let's pick the over-under on how many plays.
Yeah,
it takes to score. What is the yardsticks are moving. Was that a first down? Oh, was a first down. Wow, late call there. 1st and 10. The sticks aren't set, but they're going to hand the ball off to the running back. He's brought down immediately by Trey Stokes. Good play there by that Westport interior. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and the over hit, Tom.
The over did hit.
I'm an over guy, though. I don't like the under for anything.
Well, you should have, if you'd taken the over in the Florida-Alabama game, you'd have won by a half point.
Yeah, I didn't touch that game. Nobody would, because I wasn't willing to give 17 points. Sorry. 2 wideouts each way. Lone setback is going to be Armitage. And now they're going to roll out. He's got all kinds of room on the right side. One man to beat. He's brought down, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there by Buster. Good pursuit there by Trey Stokes on
I'm
Chaz
amazed
Mackey.
he got any kind of force on that football
Oh,
to
yeah.
hit it, 8-10 yards down the field.
Good defense there by the Hawthorne, or I'm
Mackey
sorry,
was
by
all over
Westport.
him. Mackey was all over him.
Yeah. Mackey, well, again, we talked about the explosiveness of this offense at the top. Mackey and Chris Jonas have showed that tonight.
Yep.
So Chaz Mackey is the quarterback. He's a senior. 3rd and 11. Ball's going to sit at the 24. This may be the last play of the first quarter, Tom. I know that's important to you. He's going to drop back, fires to the left side. He's got a man that's caught by Morgan. Morgan makes a good job of holding on to that football. It'll be a gain of 6. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And we are going to step aside. You are listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
WOCA.
Welcome back to Hawthorne High School. We're not on the campus, though, Tom. We're right here at the football stadium, just up the road from the high school. And we're going to switch sides of the field. They wore out the grass down there on the last Hawthorne touchdown. And so Mackey and his boys are going to come in shotgun. They lead 26-0. He drops back, looks to the right, fires deep, and that's going to be a flag. That'll be a absolute tackle at about the 1 yard line. Jordan just
and the
decided.
flag's on the yard.
Yeah, the Jordan just decided, I'm going to take him down. Jordan Hudson for Westport.
Westport's looking like what kind of call was that? But it was completely the right
Their
call.
legs got tangled up, but it is the right call. But again, it had been more than almost 2 plays since a penalty.
What's the
So we had
over-under
to
on plays on penalties?
Last week, I don't like to bet on the over, but they always hits. Always hits with officials. Flags. It'll be 1st and goal now. Ball's going to sit, I don't know where. Where's that? The 8 yard line? 9 yard line? As they spot the foul. The Hornets are going to come out in 3 wide in a pistol formation. The deep back is going to be James. And he's going to get the ball, and James walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets. It'll be 32-0 with 11:48 left to go in the first half.
He looked like, as he was going to the end zone, that he was running into foam barriers that coaches hold in practice.
I don't even know if it was that much resistance. It was the parting of the Red Sea. The left tackle and the right tackle for Westport just got physically abused right there. All right, so they're going to try an extra point to make it 33. Let's see, 11:48 in the half. Bad snap. Kick is up, and it is good. No good. Look good. I thought that went in, but it didn't. So it'll stay at 32-0, Tom. And we're now in the territory of moral victories.
There is no such thing as moral victory, sir.
I know.
That you can. There's some things you can work on. You can get better on your discipline. Maybe you're tackling, you're blocking, the basics. But there are no moral victories. They're going to be embarrassed in this football game.
Oh yeah,
I
think
can tell
they
that
have.
already.
I think they already have.
We
now
can
it's just
tell
a
that
matter
already.
of how much.
Now it depends on how much fortitude they have, inner fortitude this Westport team has to make sure they don't get really, really embarrassed on the scoreboard. It's 32-0 now, but this has everything that looks like it could get into the 60s at this rate.
Yeah, and it's got a lot to do with pride, too, how much pride this Westport team has. This is gut check time. And
if you're Cornelius Ingram, when do you start dumping your bench into the football game?
I think they already have. There's nobody who doesn't play, Tom. It's a 1A
No, but I
school.
mean, when do you start dumping your bench where the guys that are number 2s at positions?
I think they already
They may
have.
be number 1 at position somewhere. But
I think the only question is how much CI plays his son. All right, so here we go. Carroll's going to kick the ball deep. Grady is back deep for Hawthorne, for Westport. See if there's a penalty on this play. There's a kick. It's going to be picked up by Wright. Wright, it's at the 20. He heads up the middle, puts his head down, and he'll get inside, what is that, to about the 27? It'll be 1st and 10 for Westport.
Jalen Ruth, number 14 for Hawthorne on the tackle there.
You know, offensively for Westport, it's just about let's just get 1 first down because they haven't had a first down.
That's what
yet.
you have to do.
They haven't
You
had
have
a
to go
first
back
down.
to the basics. You have to go, hey, here we need to get positive yardage on this snap. We need to get positive. Not even if, right now, their goal should be every down to get 3 to 4 positive yards on every down.
All right, so Savino's going to come in to shotgun, 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. They're going to send a man in motion. That's Buster. He's going to get it on the jet sweep, tries to get the edge. Actually, that's Grady. Grady breaks 1. He's over the 50. Breaks another. Spin move. That kid can fly. He's at the 30. And he's going to be hit at the 20 and brought down right there. Great run there by the freshman who can absolutely fly.
You know what I saw there, though, Galen? One of the fastest kids on Westport, making a lot of people miss, and he still got run down. Hawthorne's speed is equal to the 8A Westport speed.
Oh, absolutely. That's Dedrick Grady. Good to see him get the football.
He got run down by Jordan Fewellen.
It'll be 1st and 10, first down of the game for Westport. Ball sits at the 20. All of a sudden, Nick did something different. It sounds a little better. Savino drops back, fires into the left, into the end zone for Strickland, and it is dropped. Good coverage there, but that ball did hit Strickland right in the chest.
You got to help your quarterback out and make that catch.
Well, and that's the kind of play that Westport was making last year that they're not making this year. Again, that's the difference. 2nd and 10 for Westport. 11:08 to go in the half. Westport just got their first down on a beautiful little jet sweep by Grady, who got the edge and then just made a couple of people miss and showed his speed. But it is 32-0. So Savino's in shotgun, 2 wideouts to the bottom. Got an extra tight end in there. Savino drops back. Now he's going to roll out to the right. Fires into the end zone for Hill. And it is picked off. Went in and out of the hands of Leonard Hill.
Late flag. This flag, that's a terrible call.
No, it's a pass interference call.
It's a terrible call.
I thought it was a pass interference. Yeah, I thought he came through him to make the catch. Leonard Hill was hit as he caught that. Ball went through his hands. It'll be 1st and goal for Westport.
That is a horrible call in my opinion.
Trust me, it's not the worst one tonight. That was not a bad call. He was. You don't think he was hit before the ball got there?
No, I do not.
Well, watch the replay. Yeah.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was.
I'm looking at the replay right here. He wasn't touched.
There's no such thing as a
Watch.
replay.
Oh, he wasn't touched.
Oh, bad
Was
call.
not touched.
I don't think anybody's shocked that the officials made a bad call.
And he was blocked out by 2 Hawthorne football players.
It did go through his hands, it looked
Yeah, it
like.
did go through his hands and was intercepted.
So
That
it'll be
was just a
1st
bad
and
catch.
goal for Westport as they show a little life here. 32-0 is our score. And there's going to be a timeout. So that's something big for this Westport offense. Something good. I've never seen somebody with a megaphone at a field before. that you could have, because if I had one, I'd have been kicked out of every place I've ever been a fan at.
Could you imagine if they allowed megaphones into Gator games?
Wouldn't hear them. Because there'd be that one guy going 2 bits.
Yeah, one guy.
There'd be one guy, and he'd be on all the time. Because, it's not like that stadium ever gets loud anymore.
I can't wait I'm going to go home. I hear there's a new James Bates video dealing with Florida, Tennessee that got dropped today on YouTube.
Oh, jeez.
If you've not seen one of James Bates, if you've not seen Bates' videos against his home state of Tennessee, by the way, that he's from, if you hadn't seen some of his videos, you are sorely missing good videos.
When you think back when Bates played in the rivalry between Florida and Florida State, when it was at its peak, there were so many characters on that team.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Savino's going to do a little draw to Coates. Coates has got 5, and then he's brought down from behind in a horse collar.
This?
Horse collar?
No, he had his arms wrapped around his whole body. He did
or
not
a face
have it in the
mask.
back.
Oh, he's calling a face mask. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal, and it remains first down. Couple of penalties in a row here for Hawthorne.
A face mask. He spun him around, but I don't know if that's off face mask.
Don't make me defend the officials here, Tom. Because I won't. I'm just telling you what the call is. And he tackled him high, and the officials called it.
I'm an old defensive guy, so
of course
I figured grab him by the ear hole, face mask, whatever you can do to get him down.
So Savino, it's going to be first and goal now from, we'll call that the 4. 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. Coates is the running back. Savino rolls out to his right, fires into the end zone, and it's broken up. Nice play. Wait. They're going to say he caught it. Wow. What a catch, I guess. Grady says he caught it. Number 3, Grady, who had that long run, that spark. Wow.
I saw the ball knocked away, I thought.
I thought something hit the ground. That was as dark as a football. I don't know. Maybe it was an arm. Maybe it was a wristband. I don't know, but it's that same official.
It's the same official that doesn't know whether it's a catch or not
I think he's 0 for 3. We'll have to look at the replay, but I think he's 0 for 3. Oh, he did? Wow.
Wow, he caught that football.
Wow, so Savino and Wolfpack are going to go for 2. All of a sudden, Westport's found a playmaker here tonight with Grady. They're going to go 2 wide outs. Buster's going to set up in the slot. They're going to put Leonard Hill out wide to the top. Savino's probably going to throw it that way. He looks, fires for a little go route, and Leonard Hill went up to get it. And that ball was well defended. Leonard Hill's got 3 inches on that kid. And he has a serious vertical, but great defense there by the defense of Hawthorne.
Savino just put the ball up. He needs to put that ball up a little higher so that only his receiver, as it was coming down out of the arch of the apex of that throw, it gave both of them a shot for it. That ball still needs to be going up, so only his big receiver, who had a 3 or 4 inch advantage, could go up and get that football.
All right, so Westport's going to kick off tonight again. So Kieran Ball will come in for the kick. Our score is 32-6 as all of a sudden Westport's offense shows some life. Let's see if their defense can make a play. I will tell you the defensive coordinator for the Hornets is just wearing out the official.
He's still upset over that pass interference call.
I love to see it. I think he's upset by a couple of the calls.
And by the way, it was a phantom pass interference call. I watched it on replay.
And the face mask wasn't a very good call. But again, that's the kind of break that Westport needs. So back deep is going to be Morgan and Chris Jonas. Squib kick, that's going to go out of bounds. That's a terrible job.
That's going to be a bad penalty as well.
35-yard, it's out of bounds.
Yeah, but Hawthorne touched it before it went out of bounds. One of the up men at Hawthorne put his hand on it.
Well, then what's the penalty for? Let's wait and see what the officials say.
No, they said it was out of bounds.
All right, so the officials are still talking. I'm not sure what they want to do here. They're going to call offside.
No, they're going to call illegal procedure, which is kicking it out of bounds.
Yep. So that ball will go to 35 where it went out of bounds, and then it'll be a 5-yard penalty from there. So they'll mark it at the 40. So it'll be 10:39 left to go in the half. You can hear the coach. You like what he's saying down there, Tom?
It doesn't have anything to do with the refs. It's on them.
That's correct. First and 10.
He's right.
That is
as
right.
a player, if you get caught up blaming the referees as a player, you're already lost. So this is on the players. This is not on the referees. They got to make the
dirty
plays.
rice down there? I need some of that. And the quarterback back in there now is going to be Jefferson, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
There was an exchange issue on the read, the read past the RPO. There was a handoff issue, and he almost fumbled the football.
Trey Floyd was there along with his middle linebacker, Trey Stokes. Number 22 is a fun kid to watch. He's just a junior, but he really flies to the football. And Trey Floyd from that right defensive end position, you can see why he's getting so much notice from some Power 5 conference guys. Second down, and we'll call it 13 with 10 minutes left to go in the half. So Jefferson's the quarterback. In the pistol formation behind him is James. He's going to RPO it, fire it over the middle, and it's dropped. Jordan made a great play on the football there. Nice job, my boy. And it'll be third down and 14. Jordan, receiver had that, and Jordan knocked it out.
He put the ball right on his hands, too.
Great throw. Great throw. Can I have the roster back, Nick? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Somebody's listening. Yeah, I know they moved Will over to right guard. Great. You could say it in your microphone. It'll be third and 14 because I cannot hear you. Two wideouts each way. Jefferson is the quarterback. Now they're going to be a break in the game, and there's going to be a timeout. Westport. And all of a sudden, Tom, it looks like Westport's got some life, little energy in the building.
Which is what you have to do, little pieces at a time. You get your feet back under you, and you try to rebound and come back and make this a game.
Yeah, and it's just one play at a time, right? Win the next play.
Win the next play. That's all you can do. I know that sounds like coach speak, but when you're down 32-6, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter yet, you have to win each individual play. You can't worry about the next play. You can only worry about the play you're in.
Yeah. And right now, so far, Westport has made a couple of plays. And that is good to see that this team is showing some life.
Well, and it looks like that Hawthorne may be suffering from, hey, we got up 32-0.
Oh, absolutely.
This game's over. And they've kind of, started Cadillacing a little bit.
Yeah, had a couple of plays go against them, right? Calls go against them. And you have one bad snap, and now you're third down at 14. And Almighty Mo is on the Westport side. This season has been where Westport kind of lets the other team off the hook. So they're going to go man coverage on defense as Hawthorne with Jefferson at quarterback is going to go two wides, receivers to each side. Jefferson drops back. He's under all kinds of pressure. He's in the backfield, breaks a tackle, breaks two. He's got a first down, and he's all over midfield, all the way up to the 40. We'll call that the 46-yard line. Wow, the Wolfpack had him. And
that's what happens
go.
when you do a jailbreak blitz like that. If the quarterback can get out of that jailbreak blitz, there's nobody on the rest of the field to stop him.
Yeah, and so we're going to step aside. There's an injury on the play, and so we're going to step aside. With 9:34 left to go in the half, the Hornets lead 32-6. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
WOCA.
All right, welcome back to Hawthorne, where Hawthorne leads the Wolfpack 32-6. 9 minutes left to go here in the first half. They're going to hand it off to the running back. That's Braven James on the carry. He's going to lose 2. And again, that defensive front for Westport is really showing what they got right now. What do we got? Well, I can't do it while I'm on the air. I didn't need to see that at all. That was not good, Tom.
Did you see the caption?
I don't need to read the caption.
It's great.
Just remember, the media is only showing you part of the actual story. That's not good. All right, 8:51 left to go as people wear masks outside. It's 2nd and 12. Ball sits at the 48-yard line on the Hawthorne side. They're going to give it to the running back to James. He's going to be brought down from behind by every Wolfpack player. I think got a hand on him there. But it'll be a gain of 3, and it'll set up 3rd down and a long 9. Ball sits, at the Westport side of the 50. Right there, they're going to mark it down at the 45.
And like you said, Westport still has to take this one play at a time.
And they're doing a good job this series. Jefferson made a nice little break of a tackle. He's a big dude back there, the quarterback. Tyler Jefferson. He transferred from Newberry. And that's too many men on the field because I'm not a mathematician, but I can count to 11, and they have 12. So I don't know how you have a tight end, a running back, and 4 wide receivers. Right? That's
a
tough.
dozen.
Woo! And you're not going to miss number 65.
That's a dozen.
That dude is a loaf of bread and a dozen eggs, a pound of bacon, a pound of ham, and everything else you could throw at him.
And he's over there talking to his coach now, and Big Chris ain't having it. He's not buying what 65's selling.
Jefferson drops back, fires to the left side. It's going to be incomplete. Bracket coverage there. He threw it away, I think, more than anything else. That'll set up 4th and 12. And it'll be decision time, as this could be the first time that Hawthorne's had to punt the football.
And it looks like the punt unit is coming out.
Second time. Last time, I think Westport fumbled in the end zone.
Let's see if Hawthorne can count now.
Yeah, McKinley is the punter. At least in my roster, I don't know. The PA guy says a different name. I don't think anybody from Hawthorne's listening, so it'll be good. His mama won't yell at me. So back deep has been the story of the game.
And now they only have 10 people on the field.
They can kick it with 10.
But the problem is they're not getting the right personnel on the field.
And if Grady can catch this, because they're about to have a delay of game here, they're 1 second away. They get it off. There's the punt. This is going to be bounce right there at the 10. Takes a phenomenal bounce. It's going to go all the way down to about the 7-yard line. This is exactly what happened last time, where Savino fumbled in the end zone and Hawthorne scored. So with 7:16 left to go in the first half, Hawthorne still leads 32-6, but let's see if Westport can get something going here and score again.
Got a long field, 93 yards for Westport.
Lots of time, and again, it's just one play at a time. One play at a time. That jet sweep to Grady really opened things up for Westport last time. I'm sure that's going to happen. By the way, if you were the PA announcer in the background, they talked about the concession stand. They have some type of a dirty rice concoction. Looks like a jambalaya. I'm pretty sure somebody needs to bring me all of that. That's the thing about being in the press box. Sometimes you get to see what these people are eating, and all you could say is, I want that too. All right, so Savino's going to be in shotgun. Back deep for him.
He's up underneath center.
Yeah, underneath the center. Coates is going to be the running back. They're going to fire into the flats. That's a skip. This is an actual play. That's Steve. Is that 100 times? It's thrown to Leonard Hill. He's at the 20. He's brought down at the 11-yard line. And there's a flag on the play because the official doesn't understand the rule. That is a lateral. That is not it. Oh, they're going to call personal foul, roughing the passer against Hawthorne. It'll add 15. Steve Rim pulls it out. We've practiced that play, Tom, and I'm not kidding, 20 times. It's never worked. But Steve Rim pulls it off. What a call. What a call.
Just throws a pass. Most of the Hawthorne kids thought it was an incomplete pass, so they quit on the play.
So we called it, and so what the quarterback does, I did a terrible job because I got so excited. Quarterback does a bounce pass, basically, to the wide receiver.
Behind the line of scrimmage and backwards.
Line of scrimmage and backwards. He throws it to Buster, Jyleek Barnes, who catches it on the hop and then throws it to a wide-open Leonard Hill. And what a play there, and it worked. Again, I've never seen it work. We couldn't even get it to work in practice. Great job. It'll be 1st and goal now for the Wolfpack. Ball sits at the 5. Savino, 3 wideouts to the bottom, 1 to the top. He's going to run the option. Coates has got it. He's getting in the end zone. Does he get in? Touchdown, Wolfpack. And just like that, Westport scored 12 unanswered points, and it's just good to be here, Tom. No quit in this Westport team.
Well, you knew there had to be some fight in a coach team, Steve Rim coach team. They weren't just going to lay down and just get run over.
And what a response. You're down on the road to a school that no one gave you any chance of playing
11
with.
minutes to go in the second quarter, and you were already down 32-0.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now they have a chance to close that gap, 32-14, as they go for 2 here. Savino's going to go out as a wide receiver. Steve Rim is known for many things, but he loves trick plays. So Jyleek Barnes is going to run the Wildcat. He's going to run it up the middle. Tries to get in there, and he's pulled from behind. That's a face mask. Was that a face mask?
That was a face mask.
My boy's helmet. Buster Barnes is one of my favorite players I've ever coached.
They called holding. Wow.
Buster's helmet ended up almost on somebody else's neck. It got wrenched so hard. But they're going to decline it, so it'll be no good.
Wow.
32-12.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was a face mask.
Wow.
I mean, his neck turned. Anyway, inconsistent officials at the best. But here we go. It's 32-12. 6:53 left to go here in Hawthorne. Number 2 team in the state in 1A. Tom's old hunting grounds.
Yeah, I lived from this stadium. I lived about 7 miles.
Well, you can't go any further than that and still be in the city of Hawthorne.
Well, in the Putnam County side.
Nothing to be proud of living in Putnam County.
Another mile from where I lived, I'd have been an Interlochen address.
Absolutely. Could you smell the the paper plant?
GP, Georgia Pacific. I worked at Georgia Pacific. Drove a forklift for Georgia Pacific.
Well, there you go.
The Hawthorne plywood plant.
You had to wash 3 times.
I worked the midnight shift. It'd be midnight, dark outside, 125 degrees in the in the plant.
So Kieran Ball is going to come in to do the kicking for Westport. He's aiming for another one of those angled pooch kicks. And there's a pooch kick, and it's one. He tried to kick it right out of player. Last time he tried to do that, it went -6 yards. So that's a much better result for Westport. It will be 1st and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 42 as Hawthorne falls on it. So Hawthorne's got to get control of this game again, don't they, Tom?
They've gotten lackadaisical. And that's not indicative of a Cornelius Ingram coach football team.
They took their foot right off of the pedal, and Westport made a couple of plays, and
it looks like the first team offense is back on the field now.
Well, I think they just rotate quarterbacks as Jefferson comes back in at quarterback. He was out there last time. And they're going to run a tight formation here. They're going to have a quarterback in shotgun with 3 up backs, 2 tight ends. They're just going to try to run the football here. And Jefferson's going to run it right up the middle. He's got 5, 10, 15. He breaks it outside. He's at the 20. Stiff arms another guy. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets. That worked. They just overloaded the left side there, Tom, on that play.
And that's really crushing to a team that had tried to get some momentum back on their side. And now they just gave up a touchdown, first play from scrimmage, and they have an injured player in the end zone.
Yeah, and so that means we're going to step aside, Nick. You are listening to high school football right here on WOCA The Source. The score is 38-12. We'll be back after this.
If you thought there was no tree store in Ocala, then think again. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has been Ocala's official tree store for well over 50 years. At any given time, Bob has more quality trees, dozens of varieties, including shade trees, palm trees, and citrus trees, than anyone in Marion County. You always get lowest prices and guarantee. Plus, every day you buy one tree, you get a second one for half price. That means you can buy a 4 to 6 foot tree for as little as $49.99 and get another one just like it for only $25. Hundreds of types and sizes are available. You can get delivered, planted, and guaranteed. So think about trees. Think about Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, Ocala's Tree Place since 1952.
WOCA.
Ocala.
We are back at Hawthorne High School as the Hornets attempt to go for two. They're going to keep that same formation with Jefferson in at quarterback. And this may just be Cornelius Ingram going, you know what, we're just going to run it down your throat because when we throw, we can't block. So they're just overloading the zone and attacking the left side of that defensive line. Jefferson runs that way, goes in untouched. And that'll be a two-point conversion. So our score is 40-12. 6:40 left to go in the first half. Tom Schmitz, that's just football 101 right there. I'm going to bring more than you can block.
Well, and that's the thing. Hawthorne needed to have momentum shift, and so they went back to the basics. Blocking and tackling are the basics, and Hawthorne put enough people out there to put a hat on everybody that Westport had, and that allowed the quarterback to rumble 50-some-odd yards for a touchdown, and then they came back with the same exact play on the two-point conversion and ran it even better.
Yeah, it was that was a really impressive job, and the defense just didn't account for it. So Westport still, they're going to be going from our right to our left. It's been a much better second quarter here, Tom, than the first quarter, for sure. Even though the score is 40-12, Wolfpack have showed some life here. Are you hearing me, Nick? Are you trying to talk to me? Nick? All right. That's going to be caught by the up man. That's Leonard Hill. He runs it up the middle. He breaks one tackle, two tackles, puts his head down, shows some heart and determination, and brings it out to the 42-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Westport.
That was tough running. That's tough sledding right there.
Yeah, the last time Westport had the ball, they took it 93 yards for a touchdown after a gorgeous trick play from Steve Rim. Why are you touching the microphone, Nick? I don't know. Well, don't do it. It's distracting. All right. I feel like you're trying to tell me something. Morse code. You know I know Morse code, Nick. So we're going to have
Was that from your Navy days?
Yes, correct. That's what I did. Visual communications, flashing light. Two wideouts each way for Savino. He's going to send Buster in motion. Buster gets it on a jet sweep. He's trying to get to the edge, gets a good block. Oh, and they're going to call holding. That's a terrible call because that kid got absolutely pancaked. Huge tackle out there on the edge by Hawthorne, but that was a terrible. They're going to call holding on that.
No, I don't know if they're going to call holding or personal foul.
You can lay on a
roughness.
guy. No, they're going to call holding.
That's a horrible call.
That's a terrible call. The officials have led up to my expectations of them of being terrible. It'll be a spot foul, so that'll be 2nd down and 22. It's great. Thank you, Elliot. Thanks, Nick. So that'll set up 2nd down, and geez, it's just a terrible call. Yeah, that's a terrible call. So that'll set up 2nd down, and what is that, 25? They've got to get all the way out to the the Wolfpack side of the 50, the 48. Ball sits at the 30. What a dramatic call that was. I formation, 2 wideouts to the bottom. Savino's underneath the center. Strickland's going to go in motion. They're going to give it to the deep back Coates. He tries to bounce it outside. He's brought down for a loss of probably 1. That'll set up second down and a long way.
Jalen Ruth sniffed that out, made that play, made it look easy.
Gotta love the megaphones. Second down and we'll call that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be about second down and 30, second down and 29, something like that.
It's a long way.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a long way. Second down in Williston probably.
Yeah. No, I just want a water. No, Tom can't. 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. Thank you, though, Nick. Savino drops back. He looks to the right. He's going to roll out, fires that way. He's got Leonard Hill. It's just incomplete. And Savino had to get rid of that ball. He was under all kinds of pressure. It'll be 3rd and forever.
By the way, I have it on very good authority that 96.3 FM, that you sound great, honey. That's from my lovely wife, Susan.
To me?
No, me. To you, she said, he needs to pick up his game.
Where should I take it?
I don't know.
All right, so we're at the
I got a couple places I could tell you to go.
Would you like to talk about Just Shipped?
Huh?
Would you like to talk about Just Shipped?
We'll get around to that at halftime.
Well, we're at a water break right now.
Oh, we are at a water break. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
Well, I don't want to. We killed 30 seconds
Oh,
while
so
I was setting you up.
You know what?
You
Hey, you know what? Just
Ship.
Ship does flip the script on shipping. They do it for you. Instead of you having to package up the package, wrap it up, box it up, tape it up, then go stand in line at the post office or the UPS store, Just Ship with you set an appointment, a small pickup fee plus shipping. They come, they take the item, they pack it up, they stand in line, they save you money and time, and in this day and age, time's money too.
Is there anything worse though than standing in line?
No.
With, like when you're holding like something really heavy?
No.
Let's say the UPS store or whatever store, it's terrible.
It's the worst.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd and forever. Savino's going to be going from our right to our left. 3 wideouts to the top, 2 to the bottom. Savino's going to call the snap. He fires off to the right side.
We got a dead ball.
Game. What is
Illegal
that?
substitution, I think.
On Hawthorne.
They had 12 players on the field.
I think that's only 11.
That's only 11. That's only 11.
1, 2, 3. I can't count.
That is 12.
All
Yep,
right,
that's 12.
Go.
Yep.
There you go.
Number 3 is one too many.
They're going to say
no matter what, you cannot play with 12, and the officials are going to call that every time.
Because that's one thing you have to be able to do to become an official. Is count the 12.
You just got to be able to count. That's all you got to do. How can Hawthorne not count 11?
All right, so it'll be 3 wideouts to the top, 2 to the bottom. Empty backfield for Gavin as he stands in shotgun. Savino surveys. He's going to drop back, looks to the right, and he's under all kinds of pressure. He's going to be brought down wow. Boy, I'll tell you what, the left guard just got destroyed there by Westport.
Let me tell you how smart this is, though. As Jalen Ruth comes in and makes that sack, the ball was out there like a loaf of bread, and my guy, Stanley Cooks, tried his best to rip that ball away from the Westport quarterback. The effort Stanley Cooks made trying to rip that ball away, on film, the coaches will take note of that and say, good job.
Oh, brutal job there by the left side of that offensive line. And I'd say Gavin should throw it away, but I don't think he had a chance to duck and cover. All right, so Westport's going to punt. Savino's going to do the punting.
It's 4th down in Waldo right now.
So back deep are the guys who have scored a lot, but not this quarter, Morgan and Jonas. There's the snap. Good snap. Nice kick by Savino. It's going to be caught by Jonas at the 40. He heads over the right side. He's got the edge. He's well into Westport territory. Breaks a tackle. And then he's going to be brought down right about the 35-yard line with 3:52 left to go in the half.
They just brought that to the short side of the field. I think they do that the other side of the field where he has a little more sideline to work with. That may be a touchdown.
Jonas can run, man. That kid's special. 6'4", 175. Remember this name, Chris Jonas. I think he's got a future in football.
You know who doesn't have a future in football?
Me?
Galen, you know.
No, this is my last year doing this.
No, I mean in the game of football.
Yeah, but
You didn't have a future in it when you were a teenager. What were you? You were like Rudy. You were 5'0", 100 zero spec athletic ability.
You're right on all fronts.
And nothing's changed.
This is what I have learned. Those that can't do, teach. Those that can't teach, criticize. That's what I do. All right, so they're going to do 2 tight end set for Hawthorne as Jefferson's the quarterback in shotgun. He's going to drop back, fires over to the right side, has a guy, and it's going to be brought down out of bounds. Yeah, good job there by Grady. And that'll be a short gain of about 4. Second down and 6. I've been involved in football one way or the other since
you were about 5, 6 years old.
Yeah. Broadcast my first game my junior year of high school. And,
probably for MCYFL.
No, it was with my dad. We used to do the high school football game of the week. I was his third guy. I would do stats. Jefferson's going to keep it, runs right up the middle, breaks 1, breaks 2, and he's going to go untouched after that. Boy, that kid's strong.
You want me to tell you something that's going to make you feel even worse?
Sure.
That was a busted play where he turned around to hand it off. There was nobody to hand it off to, so he just took off and scores.
So the scoreboard sits at 46-12 with 3:38 left to go in the game.
In the half.
In the half, I'm sorry.
The game was over a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think I'm going to hang up the microphone. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't miss it this offseason, and so, that's what they say. Once you don't miss it, then it's probably time. You don't want to retire too late, do you, Tom?
No, you never want to do the Muhammad Ali.
I don't know. That's when he made all his money, though.
Ali should have never fought Larry Holmes.
Yeah, but that's when he made all his money. Jefferson fires for the 2-point conversion. It's incomplete. Threw that away, intended for Morgan over there, but just didn't connect. Yeah, it's hard to know. You look at a guy like Tom Brady who wants to play till he's 50. That ball went in the woods. That ball may have made it to Palatka. But, you look at a guy like Tom Brady who wants to play till he's 50.
50 years old.
And
by the way, everything he's shown so far on the football field says he can.
So there's a guy on YouTube that I follow, and he breaks down different quarterbacks, and he only gets like 150 views, but he does a phenomenal job. And so when the Bucs signed Brady, he compared the exact same route tree and everything between himself and Jameis Winston. And the guy said, he goes, the day he signed him, he brought this video out. He goes, this is why the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl for as long as Tom Brady's there. And he could break it down because it's the same route tree, and they showed the differences in decision-making between the two. And Tom Brady may throw for 50 touchdowns.
Well, I don't have to break it down like he did. I can show you the difference in decision-making. 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 30 touchdowns, 31 interceptions.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And Brady was in a brand-new system. It's amazing. But anyway, that kind of film study I love to watch. So there's the kick. Scores 46-12. It's picked up by Grady. He heads over the middle. Brought down by everybody. Wow. Now that's a swarm, Tom. I mean, Westport, did they block anyone?
No.
There wasn't a Westport player within 20 yards of the ball.
No. When he took possession of that football and looked up, all he saw was black jerseys coming quick.
I think the Wolfpack decided, I'm out. 3:32. Defensive coordinator liked that kick. That dude has one job. And he may get a ring. He'll come back for the, if they win a title in 20 years, he'll come back and his 7 kids will think he was the star. Offset eye. They're going to do a toss sweep to coach. He heads over the right side. Tries to get the edge. He's got 5. They'll mark him down after a 4-yard gain. Clock runs 3:24.
Westport is shown to have the ability, speed-wise, to get to the wide side of the field, and if they block Hawthorne effectively, they get good yardage out of that play.
Yeah, so it's 46-12 here in Hawthorne. Hawthorne got up early and then kind of took their foot off the pedal as Westport scored back-to-back times, and then Hawthorne decided we're going to retake over this game and have scored the last 2 times they've touched the football.
And now they're back up by 34.
Right. Right at that mark where that clock just runs no matter what happens. 35. I formation. Savino's going to hand it off, fake the handoff. He's going to throw deep for Buster. Buster's got a man deep, but it's underthrown. That's going to be picked off. Underthrown ball. He waited too long.
Waited way too long.
He's got to throw that ball a second earlier, and that was an easy pick. Steve Rim's asking him about it. Wants to talk about it.
He throws the ball. Cameron Cohen just comes underneath the receiver, hits him right in the breadbasket. The ball was about a yard too short and a second too late.
Yeah, and Steve Rim is not a yell guy. He is. I've seen him cuss people out, but he's not a yeller, and that's always kind of something with him. And so he'll. By the way, when he's disappointed. There's no doubt about that. Right now, he's
got a Hawthorne player down on the side over here.
I wonder if it's a cramp. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10. Hawthorne, 2:35 left to go in the half.
Senior linebacker Roger Crawford, they're working on the sideline here.
Two wideouts to the bottom is Morgan and Jonas. And the quarterback in there now is Mackey. Mackey's going to fire into the slots. He's got a man. It's his tight end. He puts his foot in the ground, makes 2 miss, 3 miss. And he's carrying guys. And now the Wolfpack swarm. And it'll be brought down inside the Wolfpack territory. Right at the 42-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Clock stops on the first down.
You just feel like Hawthorne can do what they want, when they want, at any time.
Yeah, that time they hit the tight end on a little flat route. He was wide open. Pistol formation. They're going to give it to the deep back. That's Brian James.
And I think he's going to get a first down.
10 yards. It'll be right at the sticks.
Oh, it's right at the sticks.
Clock's going to run because they're going to say he didn't get it. Hornets hurry up.
Second and a half yard, I believe.
They're going to say it's a full yard. Pistol. They're run the same play for James.
That's
a
first
down now. He's tackled after about a 5-yard gain. And the Hornets are trying to go ahead and get that clock rolling for the second half.
They're going no huddle.
Pistol.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Illegal substitution.
We're going to get it. We're going to get a 5. We're going to get it up. Timeout.
Yeah, Westport
they were able to get a timeout
instead of getting the penalty.
That's lucky they got that timeout because they hadn't. They were going to have too many men on the field snapping the ball.
Again, our score 46-12 here. And all of a sudden, the officials decided we're not going to call any more penalties.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But they didn't start the game that way.
Well, the beauty of this officiating crew is they're doing a great job, but the clock operator is probably the best official in the building. She's probably the best person here.
How much did that cost you?
Nothing. I just hope she's going to the concession. It'll bring me something back.
There you go. There you go.
Dadgummit, she doesn't leave. I'm bragging on the wrong official.
Well, I've already talked to the PA guy, Austin. He's our 4th guy in our broadcast. He told me he's going to get me a water. That's all I need. Maybe I'll get that dirty rice on the way out.
I just want to know if somebody can get somebody to open PGA's Cafe and get me something to eat. I just need something to eat. Somebody call Diane Tillman. Get me some barbecue up here.
All right, so long time out here. 1:41 left to go in the game. Hawthorne has scored just about every possible way you can, right? They've had a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown. Quarterback carries. Passes. Big plays. They've grinded out the clock when they needed to. It's just been – they've been dominant. And they have 2 quarterbacks who are really good.
If Hawthorne scores here, we'll have a running clock. I could probably get to my buddy Mark Knabb's house before 11 o'clock tonight.
Chaz Mackey, quarterback. He's going to drop back. He looks over to the left side, has the tight end wide open, who breaks the tackles, got enough for a first down. That'll stop the clock. With the ball at the 15, they're going to mark him down right at the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. And big old lineman, you're going to need everybody. They may need to get a hand truck. I love that. He's like, no, I'm good, because he wants to play.
Christopher Brumfeld coming off a little shaken up, but he's making it off to the sideline.
If that kid's got a bad wheel, you're going to need a
and
truck.
Cornelius followed him.
That's pretty funny. Cornelius was laughing because he's like, no, I want to play. Pistol. Mackey's going to hand it to the deep man, James, and he's knocked down by Trey Floyd. Tay Floyd came in and blew it up. The Alabama hopeful, I'll call it that. What do you think of that, Nick? Alabama hopeful. They were at the game last week. Florida State, I'd love to see him play for my Noles.
Nobody wants to play for losers.
Right, but still, Georgia Southern has a football team.
Losers. Georgia Southern has 6 national championships.